If you're here, curiosity got to you and you clicked on this wondering, why would someone leave their private practice to start a travel show? On the surface, what it could look like is a woman named Jen in her mid-40s who has this midlife awakening and decides, this is the time and this is my year where I'm going to change everything. And that'd be right. But it's not just that. And the story doesn't end there. My desire to do this has been with me for my entire life. And that desire I allowed to get quiet for a really long time. That started also very early in life, back to when I was a teenager, feeling the pressure of what to do with the rest of my life and what do I want to be when I grow up. And I wanted to take those questions really seriously. And that turned into a journey that in 10 seconds is a journey of 8 years of schooling, $150,000 of student debt, and 20 years of helping people heal in various disciplines. I've done work in alternative medicine. I've done work as an emotional and mindset healer. And along the way, it's been rewarding. Along the way, I've helped a lot of people. I've got a lot of really cool stories of people that I've helped. I've had a lot of success doing it. I've made an impact on the world in my own way. And I'm really proud of that. But also along the way, there's been another truth that I haven't really listened to. And I think the easiest way that you could relate to that truth is to think about the question, if you were to win the lottery and you never had to worry about making money, you could do anything you want, what would you do with that time? What would you do with your life if you didn't have to worry about it? Because in that question is an opportunity to think about, what would I do with my time? Now for me, there isn't that comfort, there isn't that winning a lottery ticket, but there's a much deeper currency. There is a much deeper desire for me to have decided to walk away of 20 years of healing, helping other people, working in that space, creating a lot of success in that space. There is a deeper, deeper currency, and it's a currency of joy. Because what's really interesting, and that maybe you have worked in the service industry in some way, or you know someone who has, but naturally when you work in the service industry, when you work as a healer, your desire is to help other people. Of course it is. It's what you do professionally. That story and inspiration, that came to me when I was 15 years old. I had a terrible knee injury playing basketball. I had to work with a physical therapist for months, and also people along the way, up until close to present day, to help keep that part of my body healthy and for the most part pain-free. That moment inspired me. I loved watching her help me, and I realized I wanted to help other people in that moment. I thought, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm good at. I take naturally to biology. Surely I would love all the other classes that would relate to it. And it set me on a path. And it was a path that turned from an undergraduate degree to a doctorate degree, to doing internships, to working in private practices, to running my own private practice, doing house calls in the DC area, to eventually building an online business where I was able to help people remotely, transforming my own journey from their physical issues to their mental and emotional issues. And all along the way, it felt right. It felt like this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm so good at this. It comes so intuitively to me, not even just with the training I've had, but intuitively, I can figure out people's pain really, really quickly. But what I was ignoring was the pain that I was feeling inside of me. What I was missing is that because of all the energy I spent giving to others, I didn't have a chance to give back to myself. Despite the rewards of seeing people heal and transform and being able to support them on that, yes, that was awesome. But the pain in here happens in every time I pack a bag. Every time I get ready to go to a new destination, it's like I'm a 5-year-old again. I'm like this little kid. I get so excited about everything. And I mean everything. I love packing up the suitcase. I love figuring out the gear. I love having my packing list, coordinating all the different steps of the trip and where we're going to go and when is it spontaneous and when is it not, to literally taking an Uber down to the airport and smelling the jet fuel and seeing the destination at the gate of where I'm about to travel to next, to then landing and hearing the pilot say, welcome, you've arrived to insert the epic place. All of that joy I realized was happening in these moments in life, days, weeks, sometimes months at a time, which I'm very fortunate to have experienced. But I realized I was living for joy in moments. And finally, I got to this point in my life right now, literally at the time of shooting this video, where I realized, why not just live my life in that space? We're so bombarded with all these things about who to be, how to be successful, how to make money, how to make a difference in life, what's our purpose, but along the way we miss the joy. Along the way it can be easy to miss. You might be really, really good at something, but does it make you happy to your core? That it makes you tingly, it makes you feel like a little kid. It makes you want to wake up every single morning and do it, even though there's going to be questions. Will this work? How will this work? Will people like this? Will people even watch this? Will I be able to make enough money on this? Yeah, I have all those questions all the time. But what's more important is the question of, am I living my life in a way that makes me so blissed out because I was brave enough to choose it? And so I realized that in order to make this work, I had to choose this not as a little idea or a New Year's resolution or a side hustle or a little afterthought. Maybe it's something I'll just dabble with a little bit. I have tried to do that when I turned 40, when I was in my mid-30s, when I turned 30. I've tried to dabble around with this idea. In fact, one of the things you're going to see on this channel is from a video that was produced a couple of years ago. And I only did that one video. And then people ask me, why didn't you do more? It's because I didn't commit to it enough. So pursuing a life filled with joy, for me, a travel show is the most iconic thing to do that, because I love to explore. I love to see new places. I love to learn new things. I love to meet people. I love to get curious and see what's out there. And in turn, that benefits me because it enriches my own database of experiences that I can build over the course of a lifetime. And that was worth it enough to me to walk away from what I'm good at so I could pursue my joy. And it still honors all the stages in my life where I earned a doctorate around the world, or people that I've helped. They may not even know that this is what I'm doing now, and that's okay. They don't have to. I feel so fulfilled by what I've done to help others. But I've missed me a little bit along the way too. And my light's gotten a little bit less along the way. It's changed me in a way. Because when you work as a healer, when you are helping other people all the time with their pain, it's a heavy place to work at it from. And the light comes when they heal. But to ignore that version of me that lights up every time I get to do something new or fun or creative, I all of a sudden realized that that was the most important thing. And what more beautiful thing to do, and what more powerful thing to do, that I'll be able to look on at some point in my life and say, you finally did it, and you committed to it, and you can do this now, hopefully for the next several decades of my life, because I enjoy it so dang much. So I share this with you because, creating a show and concept is cool. It's amazing. It's fun. But a lot of times what you see is the branding, you see the images, you see the promotions, you see the music and how videos are edited. But what you don't see is necessarily the heart behind it, how it came into being, how this launched, how this was birthed into the world. And what I love so much about Explore This is it really feels like the world is my oyster, and I have so many stories to tell with you and share with you, and all the different destinations that I've been through. And the more I look around, the more that I want to explore and share. And I do this for two reasons. One, this is for my joy. And two, maybe as you're listening, it makes you think, maybe there's something within me that I've let go quiet. Maybe there's something within me that I've been wanting to do and just haven't for whatever reason. Well, I would encourage you now, being in this seat that I am now, with a healthy dose of courage, but also a real honest look in the mirror, that we all have that right. It's actually the path that we really should all be on. But sometimes it's really hard to pursue it when life happens and it unfolds and it becomes this domino effect. And most important of all, I believe that all of us have an explorer within us. I believe that all of us have the curiosity that we did as a child that just got quiet over time as we learned to take things seriously, and we have these responsibilities. Of course, it's part of life. But what a shame it is when we miss that wonder along the way and when that goes quiet. So I'm creating this show for me, but ultimately this is also for you. That perhaps along the way, as you join me on this journey, that you get to witness a woman living into her dreams, a woman who's chasing her joy, and in turn, it turns on your own inner explorer. That own version of you that gets curious, that has wonder, awe, that used to look up at the clouds and find beautiful shapes, or used to dream about any and all the things that you could be. Maybe, just maybe, there's an opportunity for you to find that again. And if anything, I hope you find it here on being on these destinations with me and allowing me to share my stories with you. But most of all, I hope you find it within you too. And I so appreciate you for being here with me to share this story with you. It is exciting. I'm a little nervous, scary. It's all of it. And I know that I'm truly living when I feel like this, because any time in my life that I have decided to wipe the slate clean, start a new chapter in my life, which I have done in various ways outside of professionally, it always wins. It always works out for me, because what I'm putting out into the world is a trust that it's going to work out, because I'm following what that deeper voice inside of me has wanted for this entire time. So with that said, my friend, I honor you for being here. Let's explore the world together. Let's find all the things in this world that we can that are epic, fun, beautiful, and most of all, tasty. I'm so excited to have you here with me, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna guess that because you're here and made it to the end, that you absolutely love what this show and this episode was about. So take a second, like this video, then go ahead and give me some love in the comments. Let me know, what do you want to see more videos of, whether it's destinations or behind the scenes insights that I've learned along the way. And last but certainly not least, my friend, go ahead and subscribe to Explore This, where we are going to be discovering all the things in this amazing world that are epic, fun, beautiful, and my personal favorite, tasty. So go ahead and subscribe, because then you will get the latest notifications when I've released my next episode, and you can join this journey of exploring the world with me. I'm looking forward to having you along for the ride, and I'll see you next time.